Joined now by Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A., as an organization, Houston did not shy away from the fact that they were gunning for Golden State. They earned the home court. They had the opportunity, and then this happens. They basically, you miss 27 threes in a row against this team. You're not going to survive it. So we write the obit for Houston, and you need a little time to digest. But right now, your reaction to this performance as the epitaph, what do you write for them?
I actually need no time. They miss CP3. It's just that simple. If you have CP3 on the court with you, there's no way that you're missing 27 straight three-pointers. That's not going to happen. Somebody is going to make a three because they're going to have more open shots than contested shots, and chances are going to elevate exponentially. That's number one. Number two, you don't have a James Harden who got lost in the shuffle, had 32 points, but it was on 29 shots, was dribbling the ball, couldn't decide at times whether he needed to be a point guard or a scorer. That certainly didn't help. Trevor Ariza missed all 12 of his shots, all 9 from three-point range in 41 minutes of action. I don't think that happens when you have a point guard extraordinaire on the court to direct traffic, dictate pace, and orchestrate things for you. The outcome may have been the same, but not for the same reasons. I think they would have looked considerably different tonight if CP3 was on the court with them. And without him, they just looked like the same old Houston Rockets team that were desperate for somebody to help out James Harden. Yeah. And that's really what this came down to tonight.
I agree that Chris Paul makes a difference. I disagree that they had got more open looks. They had wide open looks, and the basket just seemed like it was shrinking. And whatever the cause, you missed 27 in a row, and you cannot absorb that type of bad shooting against a team in Golden State that's this good. And Stephen A., the first half, Steve Kerr talked about it was just the most scattered half they've had. And with this team, it just doesn't matter. And there's an organizational arrogance with these guys that I understand and I appreciate, because they can play 5 good minutes of basketball and it's enough. But I wonder, can you rely too much on that, and can it trip you up eventually if that's what's going to carry the day for you, 5 good minutes of basketball?
Well, it can trip you up eventually if you run into a juggernaut that's almost as potent as you offensively, which Houston was supposed to be. This is why I feel, again, the word sadness or depressed, it may be a bit too strong, but melancholy comes to mind. You just find yourself literally looking at Game 7 and saying to yourself, wow, if CP3 was in this game, it might have been different. And not necessarily with the outcome, but you might not have had, it certainly wouldn't have been a foregone conclusion, let me say that. When you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, you're looking at the greatness of LeBron James. You're going to have to deal with that. But based on everything we've seen from Cleveland, what evidence is there to believe that if Golden State explodes, Cleveland will be able to offset that?
None.
That's the problem that you have, because Golden State can hit shots from all over the place. Listen, Klay Thompson picked up 2 fouls in the first 54 seconds. He had a 3rd foul early in the 3rd quarter. We were sitting there looking at one another. Why does Steve Kerr still have this man in the game? Get him out of there, because you don't need him getting into foul trouble. But then he stays on the court. He goes out there. He comes back in the game. Once he goes out for a few minutes, he instantly starts making threes. And he was your 3rd wheel. Kevin Durant shows up in the second half, particularly the 4th quarter. Steph Curry nearly recorded a triple-double. He was a threat all game long. Even Swaggy P, Nick Young, with only 3 points, the only shot that he took, gave you a quality 16 minutes. And Sean Livingston, his 24 minutes can't be underestimated, because he calmed the waters and kept everything flowing the way it's supposed to be. This is who they are. It's why they're the most explosive team in the NBA modern day era.
And it's why our massive favorite in Vegas to roll again to yet another title. First take tomorrow morning, Stephen A. Look forward to your thoughts then, and thank you for being with us tonight.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Scott.
SportsCenter on the Road is confidently presented by Rocket Mortgage.